Hi, I'm Jon Lipman, and with me are Christian and Eric Hoffman, who are the builders of the world's newest and smallest fortune-creating home. Christian, will you tell me what was your idea behind this house?
Well, I've seen tumbleweed homes, and they're little tiny 100-square-foot homes, and I felt like that's something I wanted to see built Vastu, but a little bit bigger. And I had lived in something that was 500 square feet and felt like I didn't use half the space. So while I was going to Maharishi University, I designed a 200 square foot home, which has finally come to life.
And what inspired you to build so small? Because that's what's unique and surprising about this house. Why was 500 square feet too big, and why does the world need a 200 square foot house? Because I think it does, but you must have a reason.
A lot of it has to do with lifestyle. We're all very active, we're going places all the time. We don't spend that much time in our homes. And so to have a home that actually takes up more of your time because you have to fill it with things, you have to clean it, you have to worry about the maintenance, I just thought, why not have something smaller that fits your lifestyle, that's more efficient and is more friendly to the earth because you're using less energy and there's less harm done when you build the building.
And Eric, you worked with your son on this project, which I imagine was fulfilling for you, because in this country, parents and children don't usually get to practice a career together. What are the possibilities for this house? Can it be customized? What kind of changes could be made to this design for other users of a house like this?
Well, there's several cosmetic things that could be done to it. For example, in this house, we put marble countertops and a marble entranceway. And we also, as you can see, put the western red cedar shingles on the walls. And those options are quite a bit of expense. So a person could do this building much more cost efficiently. And also it has a hardwood floor in it. That's a kind of a fancy thing where a person could go with a much simpler floor. So, and then I believe that the window dimensions could be changed. And also there's a lot of interior kind of custom cabinetry that we'll see, and there could be more or less or changed some. So all those things could be changed and still have the same basic footprint of the building, more to the taste of the person that actually wanted it.
And if you wanted to do a slightly larger house for another client, we could certainly work with you very easily and give you dimensions for larger ones. So that's not a limitation either.
One of the values of this particular building, and the reason we built it at this size, is that it can be moved easily. It's not meant to be permanently on a trailer, but we can put it on a trailer and move it somewhere. So we were able to build it here and then put it wherever.
Great. It's beautiful. This is really beautiful. And the interior is completely wood.
All wood. We wanted it to be a showpiece. We wanted it to feel like a rustic cottage. And of course we used green building supply to get natural finishes for the interior, so it just has an overall positive feel inside.
So you have a wood floor, and you have wood walls, and a wood ceiling, and exposed wood 2x4 collar ties. So we are inside of nature while we're inside of a house. What an unusual and pleasing experience.
That's a good way to look at it, yeah. So here's the kitchen. It has a propane cooktop. And then there's a hot water heater underneath the countertop to provide hot water to the sink. And then there's a little under-the-counter refrigerator that goes there. And then we built these shelves up here so we'd have more storage. And then as well, this could end up being, you can see it's not cleaned out yet, but it could end up being a place for keeping different food supplies. And also there's a drawer here. And then as well, there's a drawer down here. So there's still quite a bit of space underneath the countertop here. And the shower handle is there, and you can reach it right from standing in the shower. And that is because we didn't want to have the shower handle in the exterior wall because of freezing problems. and the interior walls are too small. But it works out perfectly because this way it won't get all corroded over time. It'll stay really nice. And like I said, it's just an easy reach from the shower. And there's a curtain that comes around there.
We have this nice little ladder here, and if you climb up the ladder, you've got a sleeping space up here or a storage space, whatever you want to use it for. And it's designed so that you can sleep with your head to the east eventually. And you can see there's plenty of room up here to lay down and rest at night. And then we also built it so that the ladder, when you're not up here, can be moved up into this space so it's not restricting you down below. And then once you put the ladder up and it's morning, you've got a small little closet space here and shelves and more shelves below. So it's kind of everything you need in a compact, efficient form.
Fantastic. And Christian, could you do something like add a porch onto it? Could you put shutters on the exterior?
There's a lot of little tweaks you can do, and there's a lot more I'd love to do to this, but because I want to sell this building, I was trying to keep the cost down. Yeah. But I do envision it once it finds a home on a piece of land, it will have a covered porch, and that's actually part of the Vastu dimensioning. I would really love to see a community of these, several in one, sharing community buildings and gardens.
And we will do all we can to support that happening, because that's clearly something that Fairfield needs and Maharishi Vedic City needs, and I think people all over the world need that. We all need a home, but a home should not cause us to go into debt, should not strap us down and limit us from living the life that we want to live. And what I am seeing, being in this 200 square foot home, is that really this is what you need, and you can have what you need and make it beautiful and not spend to have more than that, and have a good life and have your time and your money free for your own life's work and for your passions rather than paying a mortgage. And so it's a really wise thing that you're doing, and I wish you great success, and we'll do all that we can to support it. And why don't you tell us how people can get in touch with you and how they can have one of these built for themselves?
We've got a website for this building, and it has contact information, and that's vastucabin.com. And there's also a Facebook page with photos of the construction and photos of us sharing this building with everyone that's coming to see it.
Christian and Eric, thank you very much. This is fantastic what you've done, and I predict that you will build many of these and they will sprout all over this country.
Thank you, John.